also invest in you. You are your best asset. Right, so invest in skills, guys. You know, if you're good at carpentry, if you're good at mechanics, if you're good at cutting hair or whatever, you know, invest in that as well, because when the market turns, not if, when it turns, you will need different asset classes that you have invested in that you can rely on when the other asset classes fall, and you will also need to rely on your other skill sets.
Your breakfast show, and it's been great. It's been a great morning. I've really enjoyed myself. I don't know what it is. I just enjoy myself coming here in the morning, getting here for South London, and literally connecting with everyone who's here today. And guess what? We're coming to the next part of our show now, which is the Pursue of Success section, where we have Maurice Innis, who's on a mission. He's on a mission. He is focused. He has a purpose and an aim to increase our financial IQ. Good morning, Maurice.
I like
Innis.
it. Good morning. Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
You're
doing
alive,
really well.
wired, and inspired.
I'm inspired. You know, I always know when you're like really fired up because the Nigerian accent, you know, comes out.
Yeah.
I always know when you're on fire.
Look,
right?
When it comes to increasing our financial IQ, I love these types of topics. I love topics that allow people to level, you know, for us to level up. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Information, knowledge is power. You know, everybody has a vision for what they want to achieve in their life, and the more tools and golden nuggets we can attain, you know what I mean, to make this happen, it's just phenomenal.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yes. So I mean, because obviously we want to get straight into the meat of this, because everybody's got their notepads ready and they got fire like under the tips of their pens and pencils and stuff like that.
Let's go.
So just tell us why is this important that what you're sharing with us today, and just kind of just give a quick disclaimer.
Sure thing. So okay, guys. So. Quick disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. I'm not an official trader. I'm not an official registered investor regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. So what I do is I have a media platform that just gives you my opinion and, you know, lets you know what's going on in the market. That's it.
And here's the thing. Why should we listen to you?
So I have been in the financial investment space for about 25 years.
Oof, goodness.
And worked for hedge funds, worked for investment banks, worked for commodity brokers, worked for asset class managers, HSBC, Deutsche Bank, Royal Bank of Canada, Standard Bank, foreign and colonial, yada, 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 yada. Wow. Right? So I've been on a trade floor. I've spoken with traders up close and personal. Yeah. I've worked very closely with them. Some of them have been kind enough to take me under their wing. Yeah. And I've also put my own money, so I've got my skin in the game, as they say. Yeah. Right? Okay. So I've put money in, I've lost money, I've made it back, I've burnt my fingers, and I'm giving you guys my experiences of what to do and what not to do, and you know, just a bit of a shining a light on the way things are. Yeah. And also what we don't know, what we're not taught at school, what we're not taught at university and college. And
here's the interesting thing is that we're in a world now where there are those who have certain types of knowledge and they get a leg up in life and know what to do, right? When it comes to investing in stocks, shares, the average person like myself usually grows up and we hear about it, but it's something that's so far away, you know, untouchable, untangible. Oh, you know, you hear certain terms and terminologies. You're like, oh, gosh, I'll deal with it sometime in the future if you do have the desire to know more. Indeed. Right? And so to have someone like yourself who's been there, who knows a bit about who knows what's going on. You've been in it since the time, you know, because now we have apps. We can get involved in this stuff just by using our mobile phones because they become so powerful. Yep. But you come from a time where you needed a broker and you would call the broker and to make arrangements to get involved in investing.
I'm coming from a time where you had a paper, so when you bought a share, they would send it through the post second class. You open your envelope and you know, so it was all analog and you know, it was very slow process. So, and then I moved on to stage where you need a telephone, you have to call it a broker, blah, yada, yada.
Right.
So I really do come from, I'm talking early 90s, late 80s, early 90s.
Oof, that's it.
You know.
So guys, look, if you've got questions, look, this is your breakfast show. It's a live show. Communicate in the live chat. Obviously, you're watching on the replay on YouTube. Obviously, you cannot do that. But you can literally type in the live chat. We have our breakfast show talkers in there. We have Paulette from Plaster saying, good morning, everyone. Miss Francesca saying, good morning to you, Maurice.
Good morning.
Bring your financial food to the table.
Lovely to have you.
Ariane from Taiwan saying, good morning all. Everyone's excited. Let me warm my coffee and cold and cafes now. Okay, so they get ready. They're ready.
Wonderful.
All right, so we've given us an idea about you. Now tell us why. We've been going through a series and it's been really enlightening, really empowering. I've been able to understand things that I haven't understood before, and I've been able to apply the knowledge and understand what's going on, all right, in this environment. Now, why is it so important? Why is it important now? Because I know that many people think I could just get my regular job, go into work, do my hours, you know what I mean? We've just come out of a lockdown pandemic, and people think, yeah, let's just go on as normal.
Sure.
Why is this so important?
So I'm glad you mentioned the bit about going into work and getting a job, blah, blah, blah. So I sent you an article last night, didn't I? Mm-hmm. So the article was on the challenges that people are now facing in the workplace, in obtaining jobs and roles. And the article basically says, in a nutshell, that it's getting more and more challenging during the interview process. There are more hoops to jump through. There are more hurdles to leap over. So we'll have the link up on your platform. I'll have the link up on my Instagram and social media platform.
Okay, so is it here?
I don't know if you guys can see that.
So we've got an article here, just here. Yeah, it's on my side. Okay. Yeah, so it's here, and so you got the Hunger Games, right? You got the Hunger Games. So they're like, ugh. So the Hunger Games is about, for those who don't know, basically you have to fight for food. Right?
Indeed.
You have to fight for food.
Yeah. So it's getting to the stage now where you go for an interview and you're going up against your candidate, your other candidates, and everyone knows that the whole interview process. However, now, people are, I went to an interview a few years ago for a commodity broker, and I was interviewed by, I think, 6 or 7 people, and I was in there for 2.5 hours. I had a face-to-face interview. Then I had an interview from someone in Chicago where it was, there was a telecom connection. Then I had an interview with someone in New York.
Wow.
I didn't get the job in the end. Almost 3 hours. I was in there for 3 hours.
Wow. 6
or 7 different people came in, didn't get the job in the end. But that is how much it has changed. Back in the day, I'll probably have 2 interviews. I'd have one with the manager, one with HR. Bang, you're in the door, sort of thing. Now it's getting more and more challenging. And you've asked me why this is important, because like we said last time, the 9 to 5 is a one-legged table, and even obtaining.
Have you got your table in today?
I don't.
You don't have my. Like the great thing, like Maurice has his little like table that he made, like a Blue Peter table. You know, when you watch, if you know Blue Peter, you know Blue Peter, and you get the cereal packet and you like shape it into it. It was really well made. You done a great job.
You could go back in the previous shows, guys, and actually watch it. It was basically like that's a one-legged table. Yeah. That my vertical hand represents that's your salary, right? So if you lose that salary, what do? Where's it? How do you pay your bills? How do you pay your mortgage and yada yada?
You're in trouble.
But if you've got a 4-legged table with 4 different streams of income, your salary, I don't know, dividend stocks, a sideline business, and something, I don't know, something else, you have other streams of income to rely on if worst case scenario arrives. So that's basically the 1-legged table versus the 4-legged table, right? Yeah. And why am I mentioning this Hunger Games article in the Financial Times is because it is getting more challenging. You guys can go to the FT. It's free of charge for a certain length of time, then you've got to pay, but the article is there. You can read it for absolutely free. And it's super, super important that we are aware that things are, that the ground is shifting beneath our feet.
Okay.
So we don't have the luxury to be cavalier about, oh, well, I'll always have a salary. I've been promoted. I mean, you know,
things are changing.
You being promoted does not lock you in indefinitely. Yeah. So in a nutshell, there are things you can do to protect yourself and your family. This is financial self-defense.
Okay, here's something interesting, right? Because just on this subject that you brought up, we are seeing articles of places opening up and then looking for people, but these are mainly hospitality roles, etc., etc., etc. Are you talking about more significant positions and job roles, or higher tier job roles and positions, or is it across the board?
These roles tend to be slightly more sort of like white collar professional type roles, but even having said that, it does tend to be across the board. At the moment, hospitality is doing great. Why is it doing great? Because during the lockdown, people got a furlough. Once they got their furlough, they say, hey, I'm not working in McDonald's. I'm not going to work in a hotel because I got my furlough coming in. I don't have to do those low-level jobs, so to speak. No disrespect to anyone that's doing that, but that is the reality of the situation. So employers of hospitality roles are struggling to get people, both in the UK and in America right now. Once the furlough ends, I don't think that will
be the case.
I don't think that will be the case, right? So those roles will get filled, and then it will be like, right, okay, now what do I do now? If someone loses their job, sort of thing.
Whew, okay, so guys, this isn't a thing to scare anyone. Because obviously, Breakfast Show, when we wake up in the morning, we want to hear good things, but we have to know where our oppositions are, what's happening in our environment, so we can navigate properly, fully armed. Because we could be in our clouds and be like, oh, life is so good, and reality is happening around you, and all of a sudden you get slapped around the face with a situation. You're like, where did that come from? But it could have been avoided much earlier. So we're just kind of bringing these things so we can equip everyone, because you don't just have a problem, you're bringing a solution today, right?
Indeed. I like to give people the observable truth, and then follow that up with, it's not all bad news out there. There is always solutions, always solutions out
Absolutely. There. All right, so what we're going to be looking at today, champion?
Okay, so today we are following on from my last time I was here. So the bull and bear market, we touched on that very, very lightly. So you guys may hear the concept sometimes if you go onto some of these platforms like Motley Fool and Seeking Alpha, or even if you're just watching the news, sometimes you'll hear things. You'll hear terms being bandied around. One of the terms that you often hear is, oh, we're in a bull market, we're in a bear market.
And I only know this because since we've been doing all this, my ears have been in tuned, since the first episode of this series. You spoke about terminologies and not being afraid of them, and subscribing to certain newsletters to kind of understand what's actually happening, which I've done. Seeking Alpha, Motley Fool, and Yahoo Finance. Right? I've been getting
Bloomberg. Tune into Bloomberg.
Okay, that's
You've got Sky. You can tune into Bloomberg.
Oh yeah, that'd be enjoyable.
Yep.
I don't know why I enjoy these things. I don't know why. All right, but so it's great. I just like it. So I'm understanding bear market and a bull market. Right.
Yes. So a bull market is when, basically, in a nutshell, when everything is up, all asset classes is up, property prices are up, stock prices are up, bond prices are up, your real estate is up, everyone feels positive. Everyone is buying. Everyone's feel bullish. That's the term they use. It's a bull market. I feel bullish. What does that mean? That means, right, okay, Robert, I'm going to go out and I'm going to invest in real estate. I'm going to invest in this. I'm going to invest in that. I'm going to invest in bonds. And I feel positive about, and employers are hiring. They're expanding their company. People are taking out loans to expand either their investment or their company projects. So the whole market feels positive and bullish, right? The opposite, the flip side is bearish. That's when people feel a great deal of fear, and they start to pull out. They're like, right, okay, I'm not sure about where this market is going. I'm selling up some of my assets. I'm going to sell those 2 one-bedroom flats over there. I'm going to sell some stock because I believe there is a storm on the horizon, right? So that's a bearish market when people, or the employer turns around and says, sorry, mate, we got to rejig. We got to reconfigure the company. We're going to have to let you and you go.
Oh, wow.
Right? Redundancies, that's a bearish market.
Okay.
So that's the difference between bullish, very positive. I'm in the market to go and seek investments. Bearish is I need to offload and protect myself and get rid of some of the extra weight that I don't need.
Okay. So, and I believe we all feel that. We all feel when we're in a bearish or bullish market. You know, it's like there's so much positive talk on the horizon, on the news. Everyone's excited. It's you know what I mean? And I think it can. I think if we're not logical, we can get carried away in all of that kind of stuff, isn't it? So how does this affect us?
Sure. So Warren Buffett has a very interesting saying. He says, "Be fearful when everything is great, and be positive when everything is going bad." Right. So basically, what he tries to do, he tries to almost like be an antithesis to what's happening in the market, because if you're following the herd, which is something that I've spoken about on my platform as well, if you're following the herd and the herd is going over a cliff, you're going to be number 5 or number 55 or number 555 to go over that cliff. That's right true, So this is why I always say to you guys, don't even follow what I'm saying. Okay, go and educate yourself and get your own informed opinion on what you think you should be doing, and get a second opinion, and just make sure you're making informed decisions, not, oh, my mate John down the pub said invest in, I don't know, Dogecoin or whatever. Right? So no disrespect to Dogecoin,
but fireworks.
Or Blockbusters or BlackBerry or Kodak.
Nokia.
Or the Microsoft phone. Do you remember? We spoke about that the other day. Yeah. Right.
Just because somebody says. So when it comes to investing, just because someone says, oh, because right now everybody's an expert. We've got so much access to information. We get so excited. We could be like, oh, did you hear? But the individual, we haven't done the research. We haven't done like what we've been learning these couple of weeks with you about learning to do our own due diligence and to look into certain things. Like my sister-in-law Dion, she works with what's that word? But basically, to check out like companies or whatever. I forgot the word. It'll come back to me. But so she knows how to look into organizations and stuff like that, and to see.
Business analyst?
No, not business analyst. It begins with C, I think.
Financial consultant?
Not financial consultant. She's
okay, we'll get there.
But you will get there.
Yeah,
anyway.
Okay.
But so she kind of sees behind the presentation.
Right.
She looks behind the presentation. Right. She looks behind, to see what's actually, how these things are actually working.
Correct.
Their reports, etc., etc., etc.
Correct.
So this is how we have to be when we're looking at stocks, shares, and investing. Don't get carried away by the hearsay and what people are emotionally excited about. You can't do that in this environment.
Brilliant. I really love what you just said, because I've guys, just to let you know, I've also started a YouTube channel, and the YouTube channel is there to put up short how-to video clips of concepts of the marketplace, what things mean, and what to do when you are investing or approaching to invest in certain asset classes. So one of the things you just mentioned, I've actually got a video clip for you guys to
compliance. She deals with compliance.
Right.
Compliance.
Yes.
That's it. All right.
Yeah.
Had to.
Yes.
Go ahead.
No. That absolutely. You have to be your own compliance officer. So we would have compliance officers at the investment bank. We have internal auditors. They would be there to check to see, are the operations running correctly? Are you ticking your boxes and crossing your T's and dotting your I's? That's what you guys basically are becoming your own, let's say, mechanic. I always use a mechanic analogy. So if you go to get your car serviced, if you've worked on your own car, if your mechanic is trying to rip you off, you would be able to challenge him. That's because, I need to change this, I need to do that. And, well, hold on a minute. Well, X, Y, and Z. Exactly. I'm not a mechanic, so I'm not going to use any terminology, right? But if someone's trying to hustle you, right? Why? Because you're versed in how mechanics work. If someone's clocked your car, if someone's done something dodgy or trying to...
you know what's happening.
You know what's happening, right? So
you're in control.
You're in control. That is basically what you're doing. You're popping a hood on certain investments. So if someone comes along to you and they're selling you a pyramid scheme, you're locked in. You're right there, and you can see it for what it is, right? There's some people that I know of that they have been taken advantage of in pyramid schemes and other dodgy platforms, and they had no idea what they were getting into, and that is just the lack of awareness. Okay, so it was an expensive lesson, and what I'm saying to you guys don't have to pay that heavy price for lack of knowledge. Okay. Right? You don't have to go down the road of losing a lot of money and learning that way. No.
Absolutely.
You can learn from me or learn from other people or go online and educate yourself.
Here's a question, because right now, today's Tuesday, the 13th of July, 2021. Are we in a bullish market or a bear market?
Yeah, so literally a bull and a grizzly bear. Literally. You see, sometimes you see the symbols on certain platforms. Yeah. Bull and bear, right? Okay, answer your question. We are in a bull market.
Okay.
If you look around, things are positive. Things are, we were even going to win the I'm not going to get into football. I ain't going to go there.
Yeah.
It's a sore subject. We're going to leave it alone.
I know. It shouldn't have been, but anyway.
Yeah. We're going to leave that alone. Okay, so, sorry, my alarm's going off. We are in a bull market. Everyone's positive. The markets are up. The real estate is up. People are hiring. The hospitality industry is struggling to fill positions. And so I would say we are at the top of a bull market. I'd say we're at the top of a bull market. Actually, some things are coming off the boil a little bit. I know Bitcoin has taken a hit. Other cryptocurrencies have taken a hit. Some stocks have taken. I know Tesla's taken a hit.
Yeah, I've been following that.
Tesla's taken a hit. There were problems in China with how they were doing in China, but generally speaking, when you look at the different market sectors, there are many market sectors that are taking hits for various reasons. But in general, we've had a great run. We've had a very, very good run. People have made lots of money. What goes up does not keep on going up. It's impossible. It doesn't work like that. What goes up must come down. What goes down eventually in a marketplace like this does eventually come back up again. In answer to your question, yes, we're in a bull market, and we're I would say, in my humble opinion, we're at the top.
Okay.
I would say we're at the top. When this thing is going to go bang, I don't know, and I don't want to panic anyone. When this thing is gonna pop, I don't know. But listen, guys, all bull markets turn. Okay. And I like to I always use the analogy, the observable truth. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys, if you invest in this, your assets will just rise and rise and rise and rise. No, come on, we got to be we got to look at reality. And the reality is we've had a very good run. We have to be very careful when we're investing. If we're investing long term, you'll be fine. If you're trading short term, you really got to know what you're doing, and you got to be careful not to put too many eggs in one basket. Not to expose yourself to the point where you can really hurt your finances. Okay. Yeah.
So what we're gonna so that's, you've spoken about bearish and bull markets. We're gonna go for a very quick time out so you can get your breath back.
Sure.
All right. Now, obviously, you've just presented to us a scenario of being in a bear market. We're jumped. When obviously whatever goes up, has to eventually come down. Correct. But one of the ways to offset this and still navigate it is about diversification.
Yeah.
Correct. So you're going to give us an idea on how to work on that after this very quick time.
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to this.
Hey, listen, this is what we do.
Okay, guys, this is your breakfast show. I hope you're wired, you're fired, you're inspired, and you're learning what's going on. There are things going on. Sometimes we could be living in it and through it, or we can have the observable truth and stand outside and see what's actually going on and see how we can take advantage of it, which Maurice is going to be sharing with us shortly. If you are on YouTube and you've missed the previous shows, you could simply visit youtube.com/C/robustlife TV, and you will see all our previous episodes leading up to today. You will have links to Maurice's channel, My Money IQ. Okay, he's got his YouTube channel up, so we're going to put links to that in there for you to catch up to speed, for you to connect directly with Maurice. He's very, very open to serve and to help, and literally to fill you in so we can be empowered and increase our financial IQ. All right, while we marinate on what we've just received, if you've got any questions, please put it in the live chat.
Happy to help.
Yep,
Happy to help.
That's the
Any
spirit.
questions you guys got, I'm more than happy to help.
This is great. We're going to go for a very quick time out. I just want to say good morning to Francesca saying, Miss Elsie saying, good morning, Breakfast Show family. Gutterman. Yeah, you have to say the name like that. You in the flamenco music. Carmen saying bon dia, good morning to you, Carmen. Janet from Nottingham saying morning all, and Diane from Plaza saying good morning, everyone. Great to see Maurice in the show. Absolutely fantastic.
Lovely to see you guys.
Guys, it's the timeout. We'll be right back after these powerful bangers from the one and only Captain Hugo. We'll be right back after this. Well, without further ado, we're increasing our financial IQ this morning. Maurice Innis, and just before the timeout, we was talking about being in a bearish and bullish market. We was sharing why we need to be involved in diversifying and increasing our financial IQ to create more streams of income so that we can have good prospects for our financial development going forward, especially because the financial environment is changing. The foundation, the ground is shifting consistently, and we need to move with it and increase our financial IQ. Can I say it enough? IQ. I just said it again. All right. So Maurice, take us to the promised land. Here we go.
Cool. Okay. So we were mentioning diversification, and the fact that it's important because bull markets do not last. We know, what goes up does not keep going up. So when the market turns, what do you do? What's happened? Like I've just put all, 80% of my savings into the stock market, Maurice, and now the stock market has crashed, Maurice, right? So now what do I do, right? So the thing is to diversify, is to not put everything into one asset class. Don't put all of your money into real estate. Don't put all of your money into the stock market. Don't put all of your money into bonds or into crypto. You basically want to diversify. What does that mean? That means to spread your risk. So you become like a hedge fund. You hedge your bets, or so they say. Hedge your bets. So you're investing a certain portion in real estate, a certain portion in cryptos, a certain portion in stock, in bonds, precious metals, so on and so forth. And something we spoke about before as well is also skilling up. Invest in you, invest in yourself. Become certified in something. Invest in, say you're a nurse, right? And you're working for the NHS. If you're good at hairdressing, start, raising your skills in that, just in case. You never ever know. I mean, you cannot predict what's going to happen for the future, right? It's always important to also invest in you. You are your best asset, right? So invest in skills, guys. If you're good at carpentry, if you're good at mechanics, if you're good at cutting hair or whatever, invest in that as well, because when the market turns, not if, when it turns, you will need different asset classes that you have invested in that you can rely on when the other asset classes fall. And you will also need to rely on your other skill sets, right? Many of you have transferable skills, right, that you use at work that can be transferred into a completely different sector. So diversifying, what many people do when they're investing in stock, many people also invest in bonds. Right? So this is something we can expand on. I'm not a huge bond expert. However, I do have colleagues that I might bring on the show.
Absolutely.
If that will
They'll
be okay.
be very welcome. They're going to share some golden nuggets with us. They're welcome. They're welcome. Bring them.
So I have colleagues that I can bring onto the show, and they can expand a little bit more on the bond market. But
so sorry to cut you.
No,
so what you're saying is that, so if we're looking at stock, shares, trading, etc., then we have obviously, some people hear, oh, this is the next big thing, and the person's like, okay, here's all my resources in the next big thing, and then boop, something happens, something goes wrong, or it goes right, but whichever. But what you're saying, a good habit is to diversify. But that's in the financial markets. But you're saying also have diversified skills in terms of yourself.
Diversify you. Don't have a job where, I work in, you might work in retail. You may have a high-flying job as a legal eagle. You could be a corporate lawyer, My opinion is no one is safe. That I'm not.
The skies are falling down. Oh God, no one is safe. I can hear it in the trees, and it ain't no man.
I don't want to be paranoid. I don't make people paranoid, but I think it's really important for people to be sober-minded and to not rely too much on just one source of income. That's it in a nutshell. That's all I'm saying. And what I'm saying to people is, everyone has the ability to do something else. Every single person on this planet. People know how to cook. People know how to mend things. People are very creative. It's just that they're so busy working and looking after their family and just doing the daily grind that they don't have the energy and time to look at other things. I get that. I totally get that.
Yeah, and it's a really good feeling when you develop a new skill. When you're someone that you probably work in the office or you do admin, and then you learn how to do calligraphy. When you learn to make models out of paper and all that kind of stuff. The satisfaction, the harmony, the mental wellness that comes from being able to do something new with your hands and find out a talent you had all this time, it's mentally freeing.
I like that, mental wellness.
That's a very and it's interesting because even in our jobs, there are certain roles that we have that are actually giving us new skills without us realizing it. You could be a person who, let's just say, takes people's blood, for example. You take people's blood, right? But guess what? You've learned how to use the Windows system. You know what I mean? You've learned how to type much faster. You've learned how to proofread without even realizing it. You know what I mean? How much people pay for you to proofread their work? Hello! Hello! Don't know why I did that. But my point is that even in what we do, we are learning diversified skills that we probably haven't even realized. And we can actually capitalize on that. We can go home and say, how can I capitalize on this thing that I've actually learned during my regular job and create another leg on that table?
Everything you're mentioning, like you reading my mind or something, because everything you've mentioned so far is it's always like I was gonna touch on that subject. So you mentioned proofreading, which I find so interesting because last week I got my good friend, can I mention her name?
Yes, please.
Yeah, my good friend Audrey Brotherson. Audrey is very good. She's a literary genius, let's say. All right, she's very, very good. Right, and I sent her some stuff and I said, can you just look over this for me? And she said, she sent some stuff back to me. She said, right, I've proofreaded it. You need to change this. You need to change your grammar here. And she completely ripped it apart, which is fine because that's what you need.
That's right.
So Audrey has a transferable skill.
That's right.
I know she's capitalizing on as well. So Audrey is making the right move in that she's in one industry, but she has this other skill set. She's a great communicator verbally, and she's a great communicator.
She's a fantastic communicator verbally. I just like being in the same room with her and just listening to her speak. I just be like. I'm looking at her talking, but in myself, I'm like, shower me with your words, Audrey
absolutely.
Brotherson.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned proofreading, so that is one of her skill sets amongst many. So people like that are going to be fine. People like that, when the chips are down, they will know how to tap into their transferable skills or whatever skill they've been working on, during the good times, right? It's what's that saying?
Plenty.
Right.
Fat cows.
Indeed. What's that saying? Make hay
while the sun
shines. Right now the sun's shining.
Some people might not believe that. There's some people that for them it's really all doom and gloom. But I am seeing and I'm identifying, it's just a case if your eyes are open and if you're looking and what lens you're looking through. You know what I mean? Because sometimes we could be so programmed with doom and gloom that our lens is quite contaminated, but you literally, even one time I took with Captain Hugo and Captain Hugo's like, you know what? You can just do Deliveroo, get a bike, and that's how you make some more money.
Uber driver,
we're having conversations here, and it's it's amazing. And it's so easy. It's never 100%. Been like this. It's never. You would have to go to a retail store before and drop in a CV. But now there are things you could just do from your mobile phone where you are.
Do you remember I said to you a while back, it's the worst of times, but it's also the best of times, right? If you want to start, I read something a while back that Stormzy, his school friend is his marketing executive, right? Wow. He runs the marketing campaign for Stormzy from his phone.
Oh my gosh.
So 15 years ago, you couldn't do that. You needed an office, you needed remember those big computers that used to stand on the floor and all of this stuff. And now you've shrunk all of that into this little device here.
Absolutely.
This powerful little device. So Stormzy's school friend, I think it is, runs the marketing campaign for him from his mobile phone. Wow. This is where we're at right now. So
there's no excuse.
There's no real excuse.
If we want to seek an opportunity, we would find one.
You will find it. And we have AI. You've got AI apps, artificial intelligence apps on your phone that will do things for you. You've got cloud technology. You don't need to pay thousands. I think Microsoft is £7 a month to get the whole suite in the cloud.
Yeah.
There are things you can do.
Yeah.
Right?
So, all right. So we spoke about diversification, what it means, in terms of asset classes, stock shares, etc. Now, here's an interesting thing. So if someone's where they are right now, a lot of people have become aware of trading, right? And that has also become... It's a positive, but there's also a negative from it because, like personally, I remember Selena. She messaged. She said, "Yeah, I've just joined up with trading 101 212," and I was like, "Well done, Selena." And I hadn't joined trading 212 yet because I thought I already had one that I'm good. You know what I mean? And then now I try to do it. I can't.
Yeah,
I have to register. I have to wait.
You have to wait.
So what's going on with that?
Okay, we touched on that.
Because someone's listening right now, they say, okay, I want to start, at least get something I could tinker with and start to understand what's going on. Do you know what I mean? Diversification, what does that look like? What am I diversifying? What am I diversifying here? I need something to tangible to understand.
Yeah. So, so I signed someone up a few months ago, and to my amazement, when I signed them up, there was a waiting list for Trading 212. So immediately that spoke to me. People are waking up, right? So many people are now signing up to investment and trading platforms.
Even my sister Ruby Ashite, I went to visit her last week and she was like, "Oh, bro, you in crypto as well, in stocks?" I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Yeah, I'm into it. I got it on my phone. I'm just trying to understand it." I'm like, well, let me increase your financial IQ. So we had a conversation. I was just showing you some of the things that we've been learning on the show.
It.
So yeah, people are becoming more aware.
People are aware. People are waking up. People know that they're not going to get a pay rise next year. They know that they've been on the same salary for, 5. I mean, just ask a quick question to the audience. Who's had a pay rise in the last 5 years? Right? So raise your hands, guys. Do you know what I mean? So this is the thing. Not everyone's getting a pay rise. Not everyone has received a bonus. The pay rise isn't going in line with inflation. Yep. But the price of everything is running away. It's moving away from you, right? So the cost of living is becoming a bit of a struggle. Yeah. Okay, so it's becoming more of a challenge. People are now saying, okay, I need to take the power back into my own hands. I'm going to sign up to this platform. I'm going to learn crypto. I'm going to learn this. I'm going to learn that. So that is proof on the ground that people are thinking, hang on, I need
to do something. Yeah.
This is proof positive. This is not an article I read. This is not something I Googled or YouTube. If you go to Trading 212 now, there is a waiting list.
Oh my days.
Right? However, I'm going to give you the good news. I give the bitter and then I give the sweet. Okay? Yeah. So there is another platform like Trading 212 called Free Trade. Okay. So Free Trade does exactly what Trading 212 does. You can invest in stock. I think they have an ETF option as well, right? They have an ETF option. I prefer Trading 212 because it's just more malleable and I think you can do a little bit more with it. Okay. But however, they are more or less the same. It's just a preference of mine. You guys can, choose whatever you like. Okay. But if you cannot get onto Trading 212, absolutely go to Free Trade. I've got the link up on my platform. I posted it last night.
Yep.
I will post it again this morning. I'll send it on to Robert, and you guys can have a look at that, and definitely sign. I think it's £1. You can open an account for £1. Okay.
Start with something.
I say no more. You can open an account for £1. You know,
I can sell a pen this afternoon and get £1 because I'm from the VYG. We learned that kind of stuff. I could sell 2 pens because the inflation's hit. So it'd be 2 pens nowadays, right? And I'll get £1.
Yeah. No, but that's it. We do. There is another option, right? So I like to give people a spoonful of sugar, right, to help the medicine go down, right? I give them the bad news, but I give them something else in order for them to take advantage of opportunities out there. Okay. So just to leave you guys with that one, the links will be up on your platform as well as my platform. For people to go to that link, click on it, open it up for £1, have a look around, educate yourself.
That's it.
And take it from there.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that, Maurice. That was absolutely powerful. So today we have spoke about being in a bear and bull market. We're in a bear market currently. All right. Then this is why we need to educate ourselves. We spoke about diversification in terms of trading, what it looks like. Don't just hear the someone's emotional cry out of what's the next best thing, but seek to educate yourself first and also diversify what you get involved in. He's also given us what platforms to use, because trading 212 is having a big waiting period, which is a good sign, but also it could be a challenge for those of you who are looking to get involved right now, especially to have a look around. Because I the way I see it is when you can start with like the simple things and start, beginning to glance and look at something, you're already on your way to starting.
And free trade will give you the same tools. They're slightly different. It's just different flavors of doing the same thing. But free trade, you can go in, you can invest in different asset classes and stuff like that.
That's it. Hopefully one day we could do something where we can go through like a Zoom and probably go through, you can kind of show us around the pages and stuff. That'd be really cool. All right. Fantastic. But we'll see how it goes. It's Lippy Radio right now. We'll probably do that on the YouTube channel. We'll see how it goes. But life is good, guys. Opportunities there. Let's skill up, learn up. Maurice gave us some powerful things to read, to kind of newsletters to subscribe to.
Absolutely.
Like the Motley Fool, Bloomberg is a new one, right?
Bloomberg, Seeking Alpha, Yahoo.com.
Yahoo Finance.
Yahoofinance.com. Or .co.uk. But so adopt the abundance mindset, even if there is a bear market on the horizon, even if things that the sky falls in and Maurice keeps hitting you guys with, this is gonna happen, and the sky is falling, right? Abundance mindset. Just adopt an abundance mindset, and your skill set and your research gives you the confidence. One thing I've learned personally, my own personal experience, when I invest in something and everyone is telling me I'm a fool, you're an idiot, you shouldn't have done this, or you shouldn't have done that, the only thing that gives me confidence is my research. I can literally give these people a 20-point answer to why I invested in that asset class.
And usually a person can't give you one.
There you go.
When they're saying certain things.
There you go.
So that's interesting.
So that person would say, why did you invest in that? Well, because of this. I think it's rubbish. Why do you think it's rubbish? My mate Dave or John told me it's. What does Dave do? He works down a pub. Thanks.
Okay, thank you for that. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So, champions, this is it. We're wrapping up for today. Captain Hugo's giving me the. It's time. Wrap it up.
Time.
Okay, it's time. But it's been a fantastic discussion this morning. Yeah. We have Paulette from Plaza saying, thanks, Maurice. Very, very helpful. So she really appreciates that.
You're welcome.
Guys, I just want to let you know that we do have the What's Up line. The What's Up line, because when it's the breakfast show, we make everything, even WhatsApp, sound fancy. All right, where it's +44 75 79 79 68 45, and globally everybody around the world, if you've got any questions or anything, you can send us a voice note, you can send us pictures, you can send us videos, anything. If you've gone on to Trading 212, if you've gone into Trading 212, you can, or any of the things, and you're getting started, you're looking around, take a picture of it, snap it and send it to us. We'd love to see how your progress is getting along.
I'd like to know.
Yeah, because that's a good thing about the What's Up line. We can keep doing stuff even when the program's finished here live on the Breakfast Show.
And feel free to also message me via Instagram.
Yep.
You know, if you've got questions, feel free to message me.
So, yeah, I'm just putting your channel up there once again. All right. Budov. So this is a link to Maurice's new YouTube channel.
I've also started a YouTube channel for you guys with very short explainer videos. So you can, if you're interested, you guys can go there and also get some information.
That's exactly the point. All right. And guys, if you are watching right now on YouTube, and you know you're catching the replay on YouTube, thank you for joining us. You could catch us live in the studios Monday to Saturday from 6:30 a.m. to 8 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time. And you know, if you're listening right now and you probably say, "Oh snap, I just caught part of the show." Oh man, I'm sad. You know, don't worry, it's not a problem, because I've got some people who message me during the show right now. Oh gosh, I was putting YouTube. All right, we have our YouTube channel, which is YouTube/C/robustlife TV, which you can subscribe to, literally like and subscribe, and literally you can oh gosh, I'm spelling it wrong, sorry Hugo, I'm finishing the program, don't worry. Robust Life TV, that's it. You can like and subscribe the channel, and you'll always get updates of these shows, upcoming shows. As soon as they get uploaded, you're about to catch it and catch a replay. It's the nicest thing when you're sitting in your living room and you can be like, Robust Life, you know, Breakfast Show. You know, and it's there in the background. It's just such a nice feeling. And you got Maurice there, you got Ronald Petrina Tips there, you got Estelle Versace there, all our different guests, all passing all these wonderful things. It's just good therapy. It's just absolutely good therapy. So make sure you click on that link. On the link for the programs with Maurice, you have links to his page, links to all of our guest pages. Everything is available for you. It's a breakfast show. It's all for you. It's all for you, everybody. All right. So I'm excited. But anyway, that's it. We're done for now. You've got everything you need. At 10 o'clock, we're going to have our next program here on the Liberty Radio platform. So please make sure you tune in and catch it. You're going to enjoy it. We have our breakfast show talkers talking right now. Just for I'll give you guys a heads up. So Jennifer Allison saying, good morning. It has been amazing. Nicola Ashley said, thank you. Bye. Some golden nuggets there. Nicola Ashley. Yes, well done, wifey. We have Door, abundant info. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. We have Elsie saying, thank you, Maurice. We have G-Day-A saying, great show, guys. Hey. All right, guys. And that's it. So if you're on the live show, you can join in the live chat. We've got cameras here watching everything that we're doing. You know what I mean? It's great. And just get in touch with this guy. You've got his YouTube channel there. Get in connected to it. If you want to, you've got us. Just do it. You just do it. Just do it. Yep.
Absolutely.
We're done. I'm done. Have a powerful, robust day, Maurice.
Have a fantastic day. For mental wealth, go to My Money IQ Instagram, My Money IQ YouTube. Let's do it. Let's get it.
All right, guys. Okay. All right. Have a good one.
Okay.
Have a robust day. And tomorrow we'll be back again. Connect online Monday to Friday with special guests for inspiration, motivation to start your morning right. Music, banter, fun and laughter. Connect when you start your mornings with The Breakfast Show. Only on libertyradio.co.uk. That's right, The Breakfast Show is back. libertyradio.co.uk from 6:30 a.m.